Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? What's up? Trying to get this, trying to get my new setup here. Well, it's not a new setup, it's an old setup, right? But we were doing more of the vertical stuff, and I wanted to see which one I should be trying to work on going forward. So let's see if this is working, okay? Let's see if this is working, okay? How's that? Oh man, I don't know. So hey, David. Hey, have no fear, David. What's up, Dave? What's going on, buddy? Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Trying to see if this is actually doing its job the way I want it to. Okay, just give me 1 second. And for some reason, I'm not seeing a preview. Not sure why. Okay, well, I'll fix that eventually. Okay? I'll fix that eventually. Why wouldn't they let me see a preview? Whatever. All right, Dave. Okay. Well, welcome back. Brand new morning, brand new day. I hope the day welcomed you with an open arm. I hope, they say when you go into a situation, or you go into a meeting, or you're going to meet somebody, if you have your troubles in a backpack, right, leave the troubles at the door, enter the experience free from those worries, and maybe you can make the best of the experience, all right? It's just good to hear those things because you can try them, because it's a constant. Everything is constant. You have to keep trying. There's no surefire. It's done. That means everyone just go to church one time and that's it. Repetition, right? That's it. So, all right. So I'm trying some crazy things with some wiring. I wish I had done it different. But now that I did it the way I did, I'm gonna have to make it right. I have to make it work. So my presentation now, the wiring is done right. Like everything works, but it looks clumsy. So I kind of wanna fix that. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can save myself my own embarrassment by not presenting it to my customer in the form that I have it in. Now, I told them in advance that it's going to look choppy because they want it at a certain length. Their cat destroyed the cord. If you know anything about the cords, you have different gauges and different width and thickness and everything else, so everything travels right. So I didn't want to just take a like an old toaster cord or something like that and try to hook it up to this thing. The original, let me show you. I'm going to show you the beginning of it. I'm not going to show you what I did yet. I'm going to show you the beginning of it. I got a couple of things I'm working on because I have some requests that I'm going to have to get creative. Now, this is what the original looked like this thickness here, okay? So if you separate them, you have just a basic gauge cord like on a vacuum. If you look at each, they're glued together or whatever, bounded together. But if you separate it, it'll look just like almost like your charger. This is a charger, right? It's about it's not too thick. It's nothing major. So I don't need to use some big thick cord. So I had some vacuum lines that I had here, and I said, all right, I'll just hook it up. I explained everything beforehand, and I said, all right, look, it's gonna look a little choppy. It's gonna look like this. Let me show you what I gave him this example. So it's gonna look a lot like this. I'm gonna have to splice it together, and I'm gonna try to shrink wrap it and all that good stuff. So it's not gonna. I don't care about how it looks. Just do it. I was gonna film myself doing it, and then I was like, this is too off course. I don't think I want to show this. But now that I did it, I'm gonna show what I have to do to fix my choppy work. So I'll do that. Let me get this stuff. Can you hear me, Dave? Am I just want to know if if the mic is actually coming through okay. Hold on. Hello, hello, hello. Shoot, it's not. Damn. Hello? Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Okay, okay, okay. Tell me if you can hear this. Nice applause. Okay, you can? All right. Okay. Let me know. All right. Well, you'll let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, all my gauges here say that the mic should be working, and I just need some kind of sounds great. Okay, fantastic. Good. Well, let me show you what I did. Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. Hold that thought, because I made a phone call today, and I'm supposed to have this ready. So give me 1 second, all right? Hold that thought, guys. I'm gonna put this Kirby bag back together again. Now, what I have is I have my camera on kind of a stand that allow me to move it. I don't have the second cam yet. End up doing right now. I'm gonna have to keep moving this camera up and down so you can see what I'm doing instead of me having to try to work up here like this. Okay, all right. But let me just put this together because I told them that it's ready, and sometimes people just pop in on you, and I would hate not to be ready. And I told them it was ready, so. Please forgive my delay for a second here, and allow me to just put this bag together, and maybe you'll be able to see how I put a Kirby bag all back together again. What I did was I took this bag off, and like I said, my apologies if anyone came in looking for like the wiring and you're watching this. Just give me a second, all right? Okay, so Kirby bag, I put the little top on. I got the boot. Let me just make sure that this is fully wiped down here all the way, because I'm going to have to move this camera around a little bit, guys, so just kind of bear with me. Man, if you saw me at work on this thing yesterday, oh my God. When I said I had to get off the line and start doing this, how far back can this camera go? All right. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to insert the bag in here, and I'm just going to peel it back, peel, until it's all the way around, and then there are 2 lines here, all right? You see, you can't see it, so I'm just going to kind of make sure they line up together, if you can see that. There's a crease here and a crease here, so I line up the creases. Then I get the Kirby has its own little zip tie connector thing. Did I drop it? Yes, I did. So I'm just going to put this around like so. Okay. Okay. Push it, put it in together, and then I'm going to get a pliers. Okay, and squeeze it together. This is my pliers at. It's over here, but this, all right, I'll use this one. I don't like this one, but I'm gonna use this one. This one got some goo on it and kind of made it a little tight to handle. Let me see if this needle nose will do the job. And I'm just gonna squeeze this together. Voila. Okay, and then you install your Kirby bag, and this guy is ready. Well, he's almost ready to go. He's almost ready to go. I got one more thing to do. Let me lower this camera, man, because I am not happy with the way this one is set up. The cell phone was a lot more easier to use. Okay, I'm gonna run get a Kirby bag. Hopefully I'll be right back and you're not gonna miss me too long. All right, and then once I'm settled, we'll try to fix everything, okay? So yeah, Dave. So I spoke to what a good price for Kirby vacuum that needs bagging cord, the yard sale thing. Yard sale. Look, if you can get a Kirby for $50, even $100, you got a good deal. You know, you got a working Kirby, $50 to $100, you're stealing. I've had people who got yard sale Kirby's at yard sales for $25, $15, estate sales and stuff like that. And because even if you sell a Kirby online, you know, competition's crazy out there because people they get like, I don't know, they'll get a storage or something and they just want to get rid of stuff. So for me to try to sell them online, it becomes a little tough. Because sometimes you want to sell it where it represents you. If a customer's like, well, buy it as is, and then they can just price it and sell it, especially if they didn't pay nothing for it. But if you paid for it and then you want to resell it, and you bought bags, you bought brush roll, you bought, you polish it up, and it becomes a little difficult to. But it's not impossible. It's just that you're competing now with a lot of people who are willing to sell it for $99, and But if you can get one at that price, man, you're walking away with a steal. Okay? Because regardless of whether people like Kirby or not, the machines are built to last. Okay? They actually clean. It's not just a fluff thing. They actually do deep clean. So. But no, you don't need to buy it for, $1,000. If you're buying a brand new one with, salesman in the house and you guys negotiate a deal, you're good, right? All right, so this is together, okay? Let me just put it on the Kirby. And then I got the brush to install. So this way when they show up, I'm not behind, okay? Because they got the call that is ready to go. It's like, why'd you call him so early? It was just like I expected it to be finished already. I didn't expect to get distracted a little earlier today, but that's business, man. If you're busy, it happens, Now I'm looking for my little ointment that I use. Here we go. So I use Flitz, all right, and a little bit. Let me show you what I have here. I'm gonna just put it up. Let me see, can I even adjust? Let me try to adjust this camera. Let's see if it works, guys. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Does this work? Does it work right? See, that's the thing. It doesn't quite work the same. I'm not happy. Let me see. There you go. All right, so I got all my stuff here. Let me try to sit down now. I was complaining about this chair, right, for the longest. Maybe it worked. Maybe it's good. I was complaining about this chair for the longest. I was like, how do I keep this chair? 'Cause every time I sit on it, it just goes down nice and slow. So it's like this. I'm sitting down and it goes, I'm like, oh man, this is stupid. But now this is the lowest the chair can go. It can't go any lower. Fine. This is good. Let me see if you can you see? Yeah, I still have to work like this. All right. You see I got my duster. I was trying to do some cleaning earlier. All right. And yeah, right. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dave. I got to handle my business, man. It is what it is. I will get to my little experiment here in a second, but let me wipe down this Kirby here. And then I'll get to our trivias and all that good stuff, and I'll start answering some questions for some folks. All right. Oh, by the way, Brianna got back to you yesterday. I see you guys were communicating. And yeah, she told me her situation, and it's like, wow, she is a fighter. All right, that's the one thing I can tell you, man. I will say that about how's this? The backpack in general. Okay, of fighters. All right, we're not gonna shuck our duties. We're gonna do what has to be done. We'll try our best not to come up with excuses. Sometimes if you kind of explain what happened, it's not about excuses. It's just like I'm just trying to explain to you what went down. But my bad, right? There's no excuse. So I'm not gonna say, well, so and so's fault. All right. So I might tell you why I'm running late, but I'm not gonna come up with an excuse as to why. Let me get my little thing. So I think the backpack in general are fighters, man. I'm glad you guys were able to. You're gonna summon. She said, you know what? Both you had made a comment a while back, not a while back, maybe last week, and I would really want to dive in on that and kind of share that with the rest. And Brienne also gave me something that she's dealing with, and I was like, wow. I said, holy cow, man, you guys got really inspiring stories that we haven't spoken about. And because especially, look, I'll be honest with you, and I'll let Brienne, I'll let her lead on this. But after she explained to me what she deals with, I remember kind of complaining about my schedule, my overnight schedule. I did what I had to do. I thought it was a good idea. I did it. I tried it. Because I didn't want to quit, because I have to learn. And I read a book called The Dip, and it talked about how quitting, you could be very strategic. It's not like you're giving up. It's like, well, this is not working. I'm going to try a different way, kind of thing. So it's like a play on your mind, like when I was talking about the other day about eating, how we were taught to eat all the food on our plate. So then you trick your brain and just give yourself a smaller plate, right? So quitting is the same thing. It's like, quitting, you're taught not to quit, right? But if you put money into something and you're losing money, like in stocks, I have to pull out, not because I'm just giving up, but it's not working, so I'm going to reapply my money someplace else. That's all that is. So I had to put my efforts back into the business. And I was complaining about the hours and what it does to your body, and the fact that I was getting like 4 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep sometimes. And so what I did, I worked from 7 to 7, okay? Then I came home, family, kid, make sure, right? And I slept like from maybe 8 to like 11:30. Then I'm up. Most likely, I went to the shop that morning on the way home, picked up some units. By 11:30, 12, I'm working on those units at the shop at the house. Let me see. And then sometime I would come to the office. Rosa then would come to work and help me out until 6:30 or something. I'm back at the shop. I'm back at the other job at 7. What was I thinking? Because I thought... So Sam's like, wait, what are you doing? You don't even need to do this. What are you doing? Right? And eventually I was like, okay, I'm not listening. I have to stop. And I'm complaining about this stuff. And then she told me what she's going through. And I was like, holy cow. I have no business complaining about this. So I would love for Brienne. Oh, you're there. You're there. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, Larry, man. Hey, listen, guys. If you want to see Pennsylvania skies and the change in weather, Larry has a channel, guys. All right? Support Larry. Subscribe to his channel. Give him a like on some of his videos. He has a channel that is on. I think he's going for 24/7. Is that right, Larry? 24/7. I was like, wow, that's okay. All right. Larry's opening my mind to something different here. And I'm gonna go put this together. 24/7. I was like, holy, how do you do that? So I thought I was pretty positive, man. I think, hey Larry, I think you were the first recipient of our giveaways, right? I had a vacuum that was in the shop, and I was like, man, I'm gonna put this up so guys can get it because I have it here, and I prefer not to just sell it off at some discount price because I was missing a part, and I said, man, I'm gonna put this up. And Larry won. I shipped it to Larry. Yeah, it's live 24/7. Mother Nature is making my video. Is that cool? Great job, Larry. Keep it up. All right, so I'm gonna put this on, and then we're gonna go mess with my little experiment. And if you guys saw what I did, you're gonna laugh at it, but I'm gonna make it right. Okay, you're gonna laugh at it, but then I'm also gonna ask your advice on something I'm working on with this hose, and I'm gonna see if you guys can kind of walk me through this, what you think, because my initial solution. Now that I did it, I was like, God, I should have done it different. So I know you're gonna laugh. So give me a second. Okay, here we go. I think I'm done with it. Well, let me put the bag on. Let me not have nothing on. Give me a second. I'm just gonna put the bag on the Kirby, and I'm gonna put the head on the Kirby. Okay. All right. So yeah, the deal was what I got taught is that you can't always make the right decisions, right? But you can make your decisions right, okay? And I still believe in that because the truth is you can't always make the right decision. That is a fact. But you can make the move you made. You can make it right by corrections and adaptions and stuff like that. So let me show you. If you guys are ready for this, let me show you what I did. I'm gonna show you the first one, then I'm gonna show you the second one. The first one is bad, but it's not as bad as the second one. Okay? All right. All right, so here we go. Golly. I gotta move this. See the camera? I don't know, man. Give me a second. Can I push it back? It can't go back anymore. Alright, whatever. I'll figure it out, folks. Don't you worry. I'll figure it out. So this is the first one. So I did all my little connectors and all that stuff, right? Because I had to stretch it. Because it was short. She wanted 5 feet. That's what it was. She wanted 5 feet long, and they were all cut short. So I said, all right, I got an idea. I'll do it, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna have to do to make it work. It looks ugly. I don't like it, right? Everything is connected. It's all shrink wrap, one big log like this. Let me show you what I used. I got my heat gun and everything. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to fix it. I got my little heat gun, and I use these. Hold on. I don't know, I put my scissor. Let me try to be careful with this cut. So I use these because I never use the big ones like these. I'm always working with the little tiny ones, like these, for like little tiny strips. Okay. Let me see. 4 hours max. So I tell you, Brand, I have a whole newfound respect for you because I've been through it, but I've only been through it for 2 years. You're living with this every day. Okay, just know that man, profound respect. Okay, because Can you imagine how much you have to keep your mind together if you know that as of right now, this is how you're going to have to live the rest of your life? To keep yourself together and not just give up on life takes a tremendous amount of just anyone that have to deal with any kind of situation. It takes an incredible amount. So I give enough respect. David shared something with me that his significant other's going through, and I'm like, wow, man, you know, it's very easy to think that everyone got everything just figured out, and they're working with some things that we just don't understand, you know? We just don't get it. So this is what I'm gonna do with this, guys. This is what I'm thinking. Okay. So I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna cut a little piece of this off. Okay? I'm gonna cut this in maybe 3 pieces, maybe 4. Okay? End, 2 middle pieces, and another end piece. Okay? Then I'm gonna use this guy. Okay? I want it to look like this was the design. I want it to look like this was the design, and I want to cover up all of the stuff that I did. The electricity is flowing properly, but I want it to look better than I have it looking right now. So what I'm going to do, where's my scissor? This is all cosmetic now. Everything else is done, right? This is just cosmetic. I'm looking for my scissor, guys. Give me a second. This is my scissor. I prefer to be standing, but I prefer to be standing. This stand is not, I'm not a fan right now. I'm not happy, I'm not a fan. But I'm gonna make it work. My big bald head is cut off, right? Okay, let me see if I can stand up and just fix this, man. Guys, I'm just gonna stand up, man. And I'll just have to do everything like this, okay? I'll just have to do everything like this, all right? Okay. Here's my scissor. I want to cut it neat, so I don't want to use I don't want to use the blade to cut this thing. You guys, you chat amongst yourself like you're doing, and allow me to find my scissor, because I want to do it right. I don't want to cut it on an angle or anything like that. I want it to be a nice sharp cut. Give me a second. All right, Scissor, where are you? Holy cow, man. 3 of them in my office, and I can't find one of them. That's nuts. That's what I get. Come on, baby. Show yourself and stop playing around with me today. We don't have time for that. Stop. Oh, here it is. Found it. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Okay. Really? You having ads? Not sure. You know what it is? You know what it is? I think it's the vertical. I think it's the vertical, Brianne. It's the vertical setup. You see, I was trying something new with this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set up another one right now. And we're gonna cut this short. I'm gonna put the link in the chat of the new one. And I'm just gonna go back to the vertical setup because, just give me a second, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So Brianne, just give me a second. Let me just set up the vertical setup. And I'll let folks know, whoever is watching this and want to see what we're doing. Allow me to set this one up. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm saying excuse me. I'm going to set this one up. I'm going to set this up, man, to go And then I'm gonna put the, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the, come on baby. Here you go. All right. And I'm gonna put the, I'm gonna set it back up. Okay. All right. And let me plug this thing in. And then I'm gonna click and add the link to the chat, and then I'm gonna close out this. I'm gonna close this one out. Okay, just give me a second. Give me a second, guys. It's experiments. I'm experimenting today. That's what's going on. I'm experimenting today, man. All right, let me hit live on this one. Go live. All right. You see, look at that. I tell you, it's what it is. Maybe I'll let them both run at the same time. I don't know. Maybe I'll just let them both run at the same time rather than that. All right, and give me a moment. It's on. Let me hit share, shareable link. I'm gonna go back in this one. I'm gonna install the link in the chat. Bam. That's the link to the next one, guys. And just log on and we'll get going. Okay? No sweat. Okay, how's that? Did that fix it? Let me know if that fixed the problem. Let me see. How's that? Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. I'm backwards. Let me try to okay, I'm backwards. I'm gonna try to turn the camera around. Okay. And let's see. It may spin a little bit because it's gonna try to recalibrate this stand I have. Give me a second. It's gonna spin. It's gonna look weird. Okay, how's that? Cool? How's that, guys? Okay, so slide over to here, guys. Slide over to here, and then yeah, it looked like I'm just gonna have to stick to the script. Okay. So what I don't know is I'm just gonna leave the other one on because just in case no one wants to leave that one, I'll leave it like that. Okay. Oh shoot! I gotta get the camera out the way. Golly, man, I tell you, there's always something. Hold on, give me a second. All right, you see what happened when you don't. You see what happened when you don't have producers. You don't have producers and stuff like that. You know, you just have to kind of do things on your own. Larry knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so here we go. So this is what I'm going to try to do. All right. Let me see if everybody can see me. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's put it up. Okay. What's that? We good? Hey, Dave, you with? So I'm just going to have to stick with this way. You know, I'm going to have to stick with the script. All right, so this is what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to cover up this with my my atrocity here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up cutting this. I'm going to cut this is going to be the end. I'm going to cut two end pieces. Okay, one. Let me make sure that let me make sure it's the same size here. One. So watch what I'm gonna do. Okay. So now, I'm gonna make it about, I want them to be the same length because I kind of want it to be uniform. Right, so I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm going to make them the same length as the other one. The other one is very long. The other one is going to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 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 boom. Okay, the other one's going to be about this long. All right, good. So I'm going to cut it this long. The other one I had to really do some crazy stuff with. So I'm gonna make it this long, because that's how long the other one's gonna be. And I'm gonna match this up so we can keep it this long. So when I give it back to them, it's gonna have the same look. Okay? So like I said, all the work is done. All right, and if you notice, this opens up. Okay? So what I'm gonna end up doing is just do this. Let's see if it works. I'm just experimenting right now. I'm gonna wrap this. Oh gosh, no, I gotta put the ends on first. Hold on. This end is on. It's gonna go all the way down. Okay. Oh, you need to go over. Come on, you can do it. Make it over. Make it over. Oh, it's not gonna make it. Damn it. Oh, it's not big enough. Okay. Let me see if I have a bigger one. Let's see if I think I have a bigger one. This is a bigger one. Okay, look at that. I'm prepared. All right, so I'm going to cut this piece off. If this works, guys, genius, right? If this works, genius. Here we go. So I'm going to put it all the way down here. Okay, go all the way down. Beautiful. Now, now I'm going to get this. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. This. So I'm going to cover this. Okay, put it inside. Okay, put it inside. Okay, go, 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 go. Come on, keep going. Okay. Just for the look, guys. All this is just cosmetic right now. Okay, so now, my little monstrosity repair now will look like this. You see that? Okay, so now to tie it up, I'm going to shrink wrap the end of this one. I'm going to use a smaller one though for this, but I need two big ones for the middle because I want to close up a little the middle a little bit. So what I'm going to end up doing is just put I'll do it like this. All right, watch this. So, because these things are open, so they're not closed. So I kind of want to close it up, but like in the middle. I don't want the middle to be kind of open and just kind of running all over the place. So I'm going to wrap one, and they're all black, so it's just going to kind of blend together. I'm going to put this one over here. Okay. This is the first time I'm trying this, guys. So this is the first time I'm doing this experiment. And then the end cap is going to go here. Probably not necessary, but she wanted it at the same feet, and we didn't want to have to go and try to go hunt down this. She didn't have the information and all that stuff for me. Voltage. I could have probably found some kind of a knockoff adapter piece online somewhere, maybe on Amazon or something, but that's not the route we wanted to take. So she said, no, just leave everything the way it is, just add some extensions and make. All right, so now here it is. It looks better. So I'm going to plug in my heat gun and I'm going to shrink wrap this thing, and let's see if it works. Okay? All right, first come is the end. I'm gonna close off this end over here. You know what I'm saying? Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you knew you didn't know it. Damn, Brienne, that's what's up. That's all right. Forgive yourself. That's it. Like I said, I can't make all the right decisions, but I can make my decisions right. And that's what I'm attempting to do right now. So look at what I'm doing. I'm closing this off so it looks a little neat and funky. Look at that, right? at least it'll look better than what I had before, okay? And it'll look like it was uniform. Like, this is what we meant to do. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. We're almost there. Okay. All right, part one. Part one. Okay. Part two is going to be the other end. Okay? Part two is the other end. All cosmetic, guys. So like I said, the real work is already done. And right now, all we're doing is just wrapping it up so it don't look so... I should have left a little bit more. But that's fine. I'm not gonna stress that. I'm not gonna stress that. I should have left a little bit more on the outside, but it's okay. Sweet. Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna close off the other video feed because something is happening with it on YouTube. So I'm gonna shut this one down. Okay, give me a second. How do I end this? I gotta end it through my app here. Something is going on. All right, so for this piece, if you're watching this one, hit the link and go watch the vertical version of this. So, see you later. I'm gonna put a. Do I have my exit? I don't have my exit. I'll use the intro.